needs to be stated, to be admitted, that upon the subject of religion, the heart and the conscience of impenitent sinners are opposed to each other. That which their hearts love, their consciences condemn, and that which their consciences approve, their hearts hate. Their consciences approve the character of God as it is, but to this character their hearts are utterly opposed, as I have shown when treating upon the subject of total depravity in number 5 of this series. If the character of God should be so altered as to conciliate and please their wicked heart, their conscience would condemn it. To the holiness of God, their hearts are bitterly opposed. To deny this is as absurd as it is false. To maintain that an impenitent heart is not opposed to holiness is the same as to maintain that an impenitent heart is not impenitent. Impenitence is the love of sin, but sin and holiness are direct opposites. To say, then, that an impenitent heart is not opposed to holiness is to say that opposites are not opposites. God is definitely holy, and therefore the impenitent heart is wholly opposed to him. But suppose he was infinitely sinful, would sinners be better pleased with him than they are at present? No. They would make war upon him because he was so wicked. Their consciences would then condemn him, and although their hearts would be conciliated, their conscience and their better judgment would be utterly opposed to him. Men are so constituted that they cannot approve the character of a wicked being. No man ever approved of the character of the devil, and wicked men are opposed to both God and the devil for opposite reasons. They hate God with their hearts because he is so holy, and in their consciences condemn the devil because he is so wicked. Again, sinners do not like the mercy of God in view of the conditions upon which it is to be exercised, nor would they like him if he were unmerciful. If they liked his mercy with its conditions, they would accept forgiveness and would no longer be impenitent sinners. This is a matter of fact. But if he were unmerciful, then they would certainly be opposed to him. Again, they do not like the precept of his law as it is, nor would they approve of it if it were altered. When they behold its perfection, their hearts rise up against it. But if it were imperfect and allowed some degree of sin, their consciences would condemn it. Let the precept of law remain as it is, or alter it as you will, and sinners are and will be displeased. The law now requires perfect holiness. And for this reason, the sinner's heart is entirely opposed to it. But suppose it required entire sinfulness, then his conscience would utterly condemn it. Let it be of a mixed character and require some holiness and some sin, and as far as it requires holiness, their heart would hate it. And in as far as it required sin, their conscience would condemn it. So upon the whole, they would be as far from being satisfied as they are now. First, they do not like the rule of conduct which it prescribes. It requires that men be holy as God is holy, and requires the same strictness and perfection as does the moral law. But this is a great offense to their hearts. Suppose it prescribed a different rule of conduct and lowered its claim as to suit the sinful inclinations of men, and their consciences would oppose it. What, they would say, is the gospel to repeal the moral law? Does it make Christ the minister of sin? Is it a raid against the government of God, and does it permit rebellion against his throne? What sort of gospel is this? To this, their consciences would entirely object. Again, sinners do not like
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.